Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and it seems like it's been ages since we last jumped into one of the RaceRoom ranked servers, so that's where we are today. I thought I'd hop on and see where the action is. Now, the big grids still seem to be in the rookie servers, mainly the F4 and the BMW M235i Cup, and it's the latter that we've chosen today, and we've put it third on the grid. Pole position man Frank Bankman is in a class of his own. He's more than a second faster than anyone else on the grid, so I doubt we'll see him once the lights go green. However, second position is up for grabs. We're only 3/10 behind Joe Bartrim ahead of us, and we're almost identical on pace with Punk Card in fourth, so we're going to get ready for a real battle here at Zandvoort. Over to the grid then, and I've been practicing my starts before this race, so hopefully that'll pay off as the lights go green, and we do seem to have got away pretty well, much better than Joe Bartrim in second. We're alongside him already. In fact, we've got our noses ahead, so we're into second position, and we've got the inside line coming into T1. We might have done enough to get second here, but Bartrim fights back on the outside. He's found a slightly faster line around there, and that's helped him get his nose back in front. We can't do anything about it, so we'll have to tuck back in behind him. We're back down to third. We've got Punk Card challenging behind. Oh no, I'm not going to get a moment's peace from Punk. There was less than 0.02 of a second separating us in qualifying, and look at our ratings. We're nearly identical there too. But we've got through that first section here at Zandvoort. We're holding third position where we started, so we've got to be happy with that at this stage. We're just losing a bit of grip into this long right-hander. The tyre's not up to temperature yet. We lost a bit of ground on the front two there, and that's invited Punk Card to challenge again. I do feel like I'm quite strong through this section, and we've been able to close down a little bit on Joe Bartrim and Frank Bankman ahead. I'm surprised actually that Bankman's not cleared off yet. I thought he was going to make a dash for it straight away, but Joe Bartrim doing a really good job of sticking with him here, and as long as we can stay on the back of Bartrim, you never know, we might be in a three-way fight for the lead. We have just given away a tenth or two by the looks of it though, exiting that corner onto that back straight. Let's see if we can close back in through this chicane. Yeah, not really. Bartrim still 0.9 seconds ahead, and then Bankman the leader a further half a second down the road. But approaching the end of lap one then, and it's pretty much job done. We've held on to the third position. That was the main objective off the start. Oh, and a tiny mistake there. We just turned in a little bit too tightly and clipped some of that grass on the inside. That might cost us a little bit of exit speed, but will it invite Punk Card to make a move into T1? I'm not sure he's close enough. Oh, but he's much later on the brakes, and he's going to have a look up the inside. We're side by side now coming out of T1. Now, can we be strong and not get bullied out of this position? We're door to door, but we're getting nudged out to the grass, so we're going to have to give it up. It's completely compromised our line too. We're out to the grass again. Thankfully, we've kept it facing in the right direction, but yeah, we're down to fourth. Punk Card up to third. Right, let's go back and check out a replay of the start. We're the first of the green cars on the inside, and we got away pretty well. It wasn't long at all before we were right alongside Joe Bartrim and battling for this second position. At this point, we've got our noses ahead. We're in second position, but watch Bartrim run around the outside. He carries a really fast line around here, and he just has the edge to get that second position back. We tuck in right behind, back into third. And then the start of lap two, I thought I was far enough ahead not to need to defend this line, but that was a mistake because I left the door open and Punk Card jumped into the gap. At this point, I was trying to be as strong as possible to hold on to the outside line, but Punk not giving me an inch there. Eventually, we run out of room and we have to back off, so we lose the position. We're down to fourth. We're going to fast forward the live action to a couple of laps later, and as you can see, not much has changed. We've been following Punk Card closely, but as of yet, we've not had the opportunity to try and take that third position back. Further ahead, and we've seen the race leader, Frank Bankman, begin to clear off. He's now 3.5 seconds ahead of Joe Bartrim in second. But we've got to concentrate on Punk Card here, not letting him slip away, because there's a little bit of a gap and we run out wide onto the grass there as well. That's not going to do us any favours at all. But yeah, Bartrim is beginning to look comfortable in that second position now. He's got a good 1.5 second advantage over Punk Card. So for us, I think it's all about third place. This is the battle that we've got to concentrate on. Can we do anything to get that final podium spot back from Punk? This is as close as we've got. Is there an opportunity up the inside? No, there wasn't. But that was the first glimmer of hope that there might be a chance of getting past Punk Hard. We said earlier how closely matched we were, both in terms of rating and lap times around this track. And anyone who's raced at Zandvoort will tell you it's not an easy place to pass on, particularly when the two drivers and the two cars involved are so evenly matched. But we're right behind Punk Hard here, so I think our best chance now is sticking right on his tail through these final two turns, and that might give us a good drive onto the start and finish straight. If we can pick up a bit of draft as well, we may be able to make a move down the inside. We're carrying really good pace out of that corner, so we're just going to try and get as much draft as we can. Punk Hard goes defensive. We'll move over to the left. Oh, he swings back over, so we're going to try and double switch. Now we've got the inside line. It's crucial we get the car stopped. Punk tries to seal off the inside, but we're already there. There's contact, but we've made the move and we've got third position back. Oh, I tell you what, that was a slightly more aggressive move than I normally like to make, but I think around Zandvoort you need to be a bit more aggressive to be able to make a pass stick. And it's certainly not job done here either, because we know that Punk is going to fight back. All the while, if Joe Bartram is watching this battle in his rearview mirror, he'll be grinning from ear to ear. This is playing right into his hands because he's pulling away. And look how close Punk Hard is now. He's right on our tail as we enter this right-hander. We're going to run out a tiny bit wide. Oh, we're going to have to get off the gas to avoid running onto the grass. That might give Punk an invitation up the inside. We're side by side into this right-hander. I made sure I gave Punk enough space to get through safely, but he wasn't able to carry the speed. He had to get off the gas too. That's given us the position back. But make no mistake about it, we are in a proper battle for third position now. Punk still sniffing around, but for now at least we are still in third. Oh, what a tussle that was. We said at the time it was all about the exit speed here, and we got a great drive. We're in Punk Hard's draft. We pull out to the outside to try and go around him. He decides to defend, and that opens the door for us to swoop up the inside. And by the time Punk tries to defend, it's too late. We've got the position. I think Punk might have another look up the inside here into T1. I'm not making the same mistake as earlier in the race, but I'll make another mistake instead and run wide on exit. We have to get off the gas to avoid getting sucked into that gravel trap, and that gives Punk the opportunity to dive back in front. Oh, how frustrating is that? We concentrated on defending the line but completely got our exit wrong, and we've gifted Punk third position. Yeah, really careless mistake this one. I tried to learn from lap 2 when Punk made a similar move and I closed that gap, but then completely messed up the exit. I just drift out wide onto the curb. I have to lift to avoid running into the gravel. Then I try and defend, but I've just not got the speed, and it's an easy pass for Punk. I probably should have just stayed on the racing line. That would have made it harder for him. Right, what can we do about getting this third position back? We've still got around 5 minutes left of the race, so it's not like we're out of time yet, but we know how difficult it is to pass around here. We had to work so hard to do it the first time around. Punk running a little wide on the exit of that turn. There's not going to be room up the inside, but if we try a wider entry, we might be able to get on the gas a little bit earlier up the inside. Will this work? We're side by side yet again, but we just don't have the pace out of the corner, and Punk gets back in front, closes the door. We'll resist the temptation to make a move up the inside into the chicane. That rarely ends well, so for now we'll just tuck in behind him, because we know that if we can get a good drive onto the start and finish straight, there's another opportunity there. So let's concentrate on trying to do that. However, we did lose a tenth or two coming out of the chicane. Are we close enough? I don't think we are through these final two turns. And yeah, if we're going to be able to make any sort of a move down the straight, we're relying on Punk to make a mistake. Exiting the corner, he doesn't do. Yeah, it was worth a try, this attempt. I knew that Punk wouldn't leave any space up the inside, so by taking a wider entry, we're able to cut the corner off tighter. It does look like a much smoother line, but it compromised our speed on exit, and we just didn't have the grunt. Back to the live action now. A lap ago we weren't quite close enough to get into Punk's draft and try and move down the start-finish straight, so we're going to try even harder to get close this time, and we're going to get a real opportunity because he's missed the apex into the penultimate turn. We're right on his tail now. Punk moves to the inside, but he clips the grass on the inside. That's surely going to cost him some speed. We're in a good position now. Oh, but we get too close. Oh, that was almost a catastrophe. We're wrestling to keep the car in a straight line and get it back on the track, but it's cost us all our momentum. It's cost us a position too, because Ramon Hudders has taken full advantage. We might yet lose another one because Michael Shins is also smelling blood. Dear me, what a near disaster that was. Riding on board with Punk, he missed the apex here. That gives me the opportunity to get close in behind, but then he clips the grass on the inside. Right there, that costs him some speed, and that really catches me out. I was concentrating on getting the best possible drive that I could out of the turn, but I just got way too close, and the only way I could avoid him was take to the grass. We're on the penultimate lap now, one more to go after this one, and Ramon Hudders, from being in a fairly isolated 5th position a lap or two ago, can now smell a podium. He's all over Punk hard, and in fact Punk runs wide on exit. He gets 2 wheels on the grass. That's going to allow Hudders up the inside, and he's done it. He's got 3rd position. It's left a gap big enough for me to go through as well. I might be able to pass Punk hard too here. We've made it. Yeah, Punk's line was compromised all through that section. He was out way too wide, and that gave us the opportunity we needed to get back in front of him. So we're up to 4th. We get a tap from Punk there. That's another 4 instant points. But I probably deserved that after the last corner a lap ago. Yeah, poor old Punk's had a busy race, hasn't he? Dealing with me for most of it, and then he's got Ramon Hudders for company. Punk just runs a little bit wide here, gets onto the grass. That gives Hudders the opportunity to move up the inside, but look how wide it forces Punk. He's out onto the grass again, and that's what gives us the chance to get by too. Returning to the live action then for the final half a lap of this race, and as you can see in the rearview mirror, we've just managed to gap Punk a little bit. It's about a 1.1 second advantage we've got over him now, but we are still really close to Ramon Hudders. Whether we can do anything about it is another question altogether. We've only got a few turns to go, starting with this chicane, and really now we're relying on Hudders making a mistake. Even if we can get right onto his tail by the time we get to those final 2 turns, I don't think the straight will be long enough for us to get alongside and past him before the checkered flag. The car just hasn't got that pace. So the final podium position then is going to be decided in the last 2 corners. Will Hudders hold firm, or will he make a mistake? We are right on his tail. We're going to apply all the pressure we can, but it doesn't look like it's phasing Hudders. He's taken those final 2 corners immaculately, gets a good drive onto the start and finish straight. He's done enough. He's going to take 3rd position. We'll have to settle for 4th. But a really good race, that one. Thoroughly enjoyed it. A cracking battle with Punk hard. Sure, it was a little bit aggressive at times from both sides, but I certainly didn't have any problem at all with any of Punk's move. You've got to expect a bit of paint swapping and door banging in this BMW M235i Cup, and that is exactly what we got. Right, let's check out the classified results. And there we are, 4th position. So we missed out on a top 3, but I'm not going to grumble about that because the race was so much fun. If you enjoyed watching it, please do remember to leave a like and make a comment too. It really helps support the channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you for the next race.